Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's me, Nettles, here for another roast. I'm back again. Over here, I got these two peoples. Let me introduce them. First up, we have my buddy Sean, who you might have seen us together on a David Lightbringer video. Sean is an awesome voice actor. You had me floored. I was in awe of you. So yeah, just had to brag about you a little bit.
Thanks, and as many voices as I can to just not use my own, which I hate.
Right? Cool. Who are you in the fandom? Like, are you like a Stark lover, Lannister lover? Do you have any crazy takes? What are some moments that would define who you are, like your place in the fandom?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Danes,
Oh,
probably more than
all
any
right,
other house.
next. All right, so we have my friend Kim. No,
Hi.
I'm just kind of kidding. Quickly tell your stupid spiel about the Danes. Why would you give them a thought when the show didn't?
Okay, that hurts. For one, because I have a big purple lightsaber and I can't pull off Samuel L. Jackson. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's the original sword of House Dane. And I don't know. I like the fact that we basically know very little about it, yet it's somehow disproportionately important.
Okay. No, the Danes are pretty cool. So you guys have seen it, people. You know who to write long letters about the Danes to. It's Sean, okay? We have my longtime friend Kim, aka Westeros and Chill, aka Snake
Hi.
Lady. Please
Yes, that's me.
reintroduce yourself.
So I am Kim. One time I had a channel called Westeros and Chill. I promise one day I plan on doing more drunk history videos or something, another reptile video. In the meantime, life kind of gets in the way of YouTube sometimes. But I would definitely say my number one house is Targaryen. It has always been since the first moment I picked up the books, and I really love any of the extended Targaryen story. So I'm really having fun with House of the Dragon. I also really like the Lannisters. That's like my second. If I had to choose a different one, it would be the Lannisters.
Okay. Sure. Kim
Big
loves
incest fan.
twincest. So we're gonna jump right into it. We know we know why you guys are here. You're here to see a roast. Of course, we're trying to be specific to episode 2, but we know that these people have done egregious crimes and we will be mentioning whatever the fuck we want. This is also spoilers everything, guys. Spoilers everything. Spoilers book, spoilers show. We're going to talk about whatever we want. And if your little ears can't hear it, read a fucking book. Gosh, grow up. All right. So here we go, the roast. Alrighty. That's not how I want to do it. Where are you guys? Is this good? Do we like this? I think I like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or us on the side. Oh, us on the side. Us on the
Side
side.
pieces.
Side pieces. Ooh. All right. So I'm gonna start first. Yeah. Northern Tommy says, yeah, crack a book, people. Duh. Daemon. Woo! Daemon, why are you hiding from your problems like a broke baby daddy? Hmm? Why are you dodging and weaving every allegation or every attempt at accountability, Daemon? Why? Daemon, did you see that blood confessed immediately? Daemon, blood started talking immediately. That's who you chose to do your work. That's your affiliates. That's who you chose to represent you. He started talking immediately. Okay. Is this your man's, Daemon? This is the best you could do. Daemon, I never actually doubted your loyalty to Team Black and to Rhaenyra, but in this episode, what happened? In that argument with Rhaenyra, you were not convincing.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm going to Harrenhal. I'm going to raise an army for you, Rhaenyra, because of course I'm loyal.
Really? That's what you think she wanted to hear? You think that's proving that you don't want her throne or that you believe in her? I believe that's all, folks. Daemon, what happened to you? You were not convincing. All you could have said was Rhaenyra, it's you, it's always you. Everything I do. That's it. That's all she wanted to hear. But you couldn't say it. Why? Because you're running from your problems like the broke baby dad that you are. Next to the stage. Kim, Sean, either of you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop some champagne to this first.
Yes.
Here is to Daemon being a disappointing wimp, honestly. Oh, no!
Okay, but
Well,
that's exactly
that's what I
what
get,
needed to happen.
Daemon can't finish, but this champagne bottle apparently can, all over me. Not like I
listen. That's
complain if
okay.
Daemon wanted to finish
I
all over
dropped
me.
all of my liquor on me too. I'm sitting here soaking wet, just like okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, mine all got on the carpet, so now I have to get a carpet cleaner. Thanks a lot, Daemon. I blame Daemon. You know, he fucks everything up. This character has been fucked up. He has been honestly a little bit of a disappointment. You know, first there's a whole storyline of, oh yeah, he can't finish. They go nowhere with that. Then he can't finish. And then he seems to be just so going back and forth of what do you want? And then they have the nerve to cut away when he... So first it started with air for a day, right? They don't actually show him saying it. Why? What was with that choice? I just don't get it. Like, just have him say the line. You're clearly implying that he said it. You're implying that he is all the most terrible things. So why not just have him say the line? Be bold. Have Matt Smith do some real psycho shit. But they keep cutting away and making him kind of a wimp. I don't know. Especially when he's slamming the table like a little baby in that scene with Rhaenyra. It just really... His hair and his wig, maybe it was just the wig, but the hair shook in such a way that just made me cringe. He definitely, like you said, was not convincing whatsoever in anything he was saying in that scene. He just seemed to, like you said, shirk away from everything like a broke baby daddy. Which is what he is, because he can't even talk to his own daughter, and he gets off on murdering kids. Like, did you see the look on his face when they're talking about Jaehaerys being murdered? I mean, it's like that line in season 1 of Game of Thrones where they say like the table is rising like 7 inches or whatever, or was it 6 inches? Whatever. Hopefully 7, maybe 8, 9. Who knows? He's
Maybe
acting more finish. Like 5, 3. Anyway. That was what I had to say about Daemon, pretty much. I wish they wouldn't keep cutting away for lines. Like, have him do the thing.
Scene.
If you're committing to him doing the thing, have him do the thing. Show more problems with his dick. Don't just have dick problems and then abandon them.
Did he say air for a day? I don't know.
About the subconscious of the character. So make a real statement. Don't just use it as a gimmick. Okay. I'm done. Yeah. I'm gonna drink this champagne now that's like all over the bottle.
Me. Northern Tommy says that was a voluminous champagne spray.
Cheers to you, Northern Tommy.
I hear it's good for your hair.
Kayla Common Folks says, so glad I didn't miss this. So glad you're here, Kayla. We just got started. All right, Sean, it is your turn to go.
All right. Yeah, we're on Daemon. I want to like you. Daemon. Most of the time I do, but then you go and pull some bitch shit. And goddamn, we get it, man. You had a lot of big feelings. All right. Nobody on this show goes to therapy. And then, at least you didn't, choke Rhaenyra this time, but you ran out of the room like a 13-year-old girl mad at her mom.
Mm.
And then you ran into your actual 13-year-old girl. And just like everybody else on this episode, you missed an opportunity for any kind of parenting.
Any.
And we talked a lot about dicks. And I can't say I'm surprised. And I'm assuming we're going to talk a lot more about dicks when we get to Addam Velaryon. But I'm glad that we had a champagne spray to underscore that, and it's very fitting. Matt Smith is killing it, but in the land of the blind and one-eyed people, this emotional man-child is still the king consort.
Next, we have. Is this your king? So, I'm going to be calling you Evan Peters for the rest of this roast. Okay, Aegon, can I please call you Evan Peters? I have to. I must. Hey. How did Evan Peters Targaryen get Lucille from The Walking Dead? This is Evan Peters. If for some reason you people don't know who Evan Peters is, this is Evan Peters. This is Aegon. This is Evan. This is Aegon. Which one is which? Huh? Call me racist. You're going to say, oh, you're saying white people look alike. That's what I'm saying. Because these two look alike. Anyways, this is Lucille. If you haven't seen The Walking Dead, this is Lucille, okay? How did Evan Peters Targaryen get Lucille? Lucille is a slut, I tell you. Any man can touch her, and I'm telling Negan. Now, going back to Aegon, okay? Aegon here. Aegon could not even talk to his sister in this episode. Poor Helena. Helena walking up the stairs. It's easy, you dumb fuck. Just say this. Hey, thanks for giving me some pussy last year. It was very Targaryen tasting. Thanks. I'm here for you if you need to just cry. But I see that you're in danger now. You and the children or child must go far, go into hiding. Your dragon can protect you, but you must go further than the Summer Isles. The truth is, you were never a wife. You were a burden. I hereby set you free. Live your life and pursue your interests. It's the only thing that can make up for the horrors that I have put you through, Helena. Go. Be free. Bye. It's your brother Aegon. Bye. Like, that's it. That's all you have to say. Was that so hard to say? That's all. Instead, he does nothing. He walks down the stairs like he's late for an appointment, like he's Cinderella leaving his slipper on the stairs, running. Where are you going? Where are you going, Evan Peters? But I will give you this. Bitch Queen of Bastards is a good one. Even as a staunch supporter of Team Black, bitch Queen of Bastards. Come on. But Aegon, come here. Come closer. Come closer. Did I see you give a dirty look to our black brother Maester? Hold on. Does Evan Peters have a white hood in his closet? Does he know that it's there, consciously or subconsciously? I just want to know. Evan Peters, do you have a white hood in your closet tucked away because you gave a dirty look to this black man? Okay? We just had Juneteenth. Okay? When they said, watch the episode again. Okay? In the small council, they said, oh, we could have traitors everywhere. And Evan Peters looks at my black brother Maester right here and sniffs him. Only a true racist sniffs. He looks at him and he goes, I don't know about this one right here. I don't know about Summer Isles. And Evan Peters, I just want to let you know that I clocked it. I am not somebody who's going to cry wolf. I am not a Karen. I'm not calling the manager. Not yet. But I clocked it. I clocked it. So, is there a white hood in your closet, Aegon? We already know your sister Rhaenyra has a white hood because she wanted to send Baela to King's Landing, but she wouldn't send Jace. We see what you did there, Rhaenyra. And okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to wear the hood. The hood is just in your closet. It's there. So, Aegon, are you like your sister Rhaenyra? Listen. If I don't get canceled for this stream, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about Evan Peters killing the rat catchers. I don't. Fuck the rat catchers. Maybe now that all the rat catchers are dead, maybe they'll stop putting rats into the mystery soup that they have over there. Because all the rat catchers, their ankles are knocking. So they're out of the picture. So now we don't have to have rats in our fucking soup. Maybe now we can have a vegan soup. It's time to just put the vegetables in the soup and let's not eat the cats and the dogs and the rats. Okay, Flea Bottom? So I'm happy that the rat catchers are dead. Okay, good. Aegon, this is the last thing I have to say. Now you have only one worthless daughter. The exact predicament your daddy was in. That's all you have. Is she your heir now, bitch? Is she your king? Who's next? I hate myself.
All right, I'll go then. If you're gonna cry wolf, and I recommend wolf in sheep's clothing wine that I've got here. Hopefully, I don't drink the whole thing this goddamn stream.
Do it.
This will become a very different type of stream.
I dare you.
But yeah, no, you hit a lot of the main points like this. That really was goddamn weird when he sniffed him. He might have a white hood. Come get your boy. But yeah, he hung. I am about the rat catchers. He hung one guilty one and like 20 innocent ones. And, I just say, if your daddy didn't give you that chair, you would have been out of the league just based on field goal percentage. And, he's just so used to this instant gratification, spraying champagne on anyone, everyone, every serving girl and hooker this side of Flea Bottom at any opportunity that he can't understand why his grandpa is writing letters and trying to create alliances when he could just be killing innocent peasants. So... This guy is making Aegon look discerning, introspective, and like a long-term planner. And so we're back on Team Daemon. And we didn't want to be. We don't know how we got here. But, Aegon, Tom Glencarney is killing it as somehow even more emotionally stunted than Daemon. And it's a race to the bottom. Bonus points for destroying his daddy's Lego Alderaan.
Dang. All done? Are you going to take a shot after... Everyone take a shot after you.
If I'm supposed to kill this whole bottle, I can't wait. I do between.
No, I know.
This is a comically large bottle. Okay, I'm going to have to pour a glass for like each character. So... Aegon, where do you start? We traded Justin Bieber for a Kurt Cobain wannabe.
Damn.
You look like you're portraying a fuckboy from the 90s heroin addict poorly. You can't even hold your shit. You can't even sit up straight in your goddamn iron chair. There's all those rumors in the book. One thing that in the book is like, they said like a 12-year-old was sucking him off or something in some sort of pedophile Jeffrey Epstein sex club.
It did say that,
right? So then they have him go to the child fighting pits, and they're like, oh, his tastes are less discerning. So, like, when are we going to get the bombshell that he's a total fucking pervert creep? You know, I don't know. At some point, maybe. But he acts like it. Talk about short kings. Jesus, how tall is this guy? He must be shorter than me. Everybody towers over him, even Criston Cole.
Even his children.
Looks like he's about 5'7". No offense to short kings. Short kings are great. There's plenty of short kings out there. We got Jon Snow. But we got Tyrion, of course. I mean, I would fuck Tyrion. No offense to short people. But I'm just saying that about Aegon because he really epitomizes this tiny, tiny little man. I mean, his kid dies and he's like, I am the king. I am the king. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Any man who says, I am the king is no actual king, bitch. You don't even care that your kid died. You just care like, oh, she made a fool of me. They're laughing at me. Boo-hoo. Like your little baby son just died. Get over it. Don't get over it. Actually show some emotion. Show some honest humanity. By the way, yeah, you're right. Tom Glencarney is killing it as this character. I really am enjoying how awful he is. He's amazing. He's almost like Joffrey 2.0. I'm just waiting for that scene like Joffrey with the whores where he makes them like beat each other to death or whatever. He just needs a scene like that and he'll be like a successful Joffrey 2.0. So that's what I have to say about Aegon too.
He's fuckable Joffrey.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Joffrey was never fuckable. Like never. Even if you imagine him grown up, even if you put him in a 007 suit, never.
Now the actor has a bad mustache. It makes it even worse.
Yeah, the mustache. Now we're in the negative stages.
Well, that poor guy, he's a sweetheart. He's an absolute sweetheart, and he has to differentiate himself from Joffrey because of how horrible Joffrey was. So he grew that terrible mustache. Now he just looks like the most unfortunate cop, and
still not fuckable. Yeah. Now Tom.
Yeah.
Now Tom. You could put a bag over his head. You could drink. There's things you could do to make Tom work, but yeah, he's definitely fuckable Joffrey.
I mean, he doesn't work. Even 90s Kurt Cobain wannabe bad cosplay is better than Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I mean, little black box, little white hood.
Oh no.
Next, for me, we have Rhaenyra. But like I said last week, Rhaenyra's perfect. She does all the good things, all the right things. Why would I roast a dragon? Like she's just the it girl. So I recuse myself from slandering my Black Queen. But if you guys have something to say, please go ahead.
Can I go? I actually have some words for Rhaenyra. Okay. You are at war. You spend now as a mom, I get it. Okay. You want to get some good crying done over your son's stupid corpse. But like you're spending days looking for a body. You're shirking your responsibilities. The enemy spent less than 24 hours to mourn a 3-year-old. You mourned a full-blooded dragon rider. You knew what you were getting into when you started this. You knew what you were getting into when you married Daemon Targaryen. And now you're complaining? Don't marry the man and then think you can change what's fundamentally him. Come on, that's rule number 1, bitch. Like,
rule number 1.
You knew you married somebody who was like that. That's all I'm saying. You need to take the man that you paid for and you need to put him under control and not let him run away with your kingdom and behead children. You know, one thing I'm going to say for real here, this is not a joke, is that I don't know. For me, the jury is still out on the Rhaenyra actress. I don't dislike her. I don't have a problem. It's not like with the way she looks or anything like that. It's just something about her presence. I just can't shake it. It's almost like sniveling. I just keep thinking of the word sniveling. She's just like, oh God, you struck down a child. It's a little much for me. I wanted a little bit of a stronger Rhaenyra. I don't need her to be like fucking cold and heartless like Cersei, but compared with Olivia Cook's acting, I just think Olivia Cook is a much better actress. I think that Olivia Cook's doing a great job, regardless of how I feel about Alicent, the character, and her choices. I think that the Rhaenyra actress could stand to step it up a little. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I hate her. I'm not saying it's anything about her personally. It's fine. Like, it's just fine. I just wanted a little more. There's grieving over, like, when she finds the body of Luke, finally, and she's grieving. When Alicent was grieving over Jaehaerys, I just felt so much more. She just made me really, really super believe it, where I didn't necessarily believe Rhaenyra crying on the beach with messed up hair. I feel like they had to mess up her hair to do some of the acting for her. That's how I feel. I don't dislike Rhaenyra and like her. She's fine. I just want see a little bit more. I think she still has potential. So that's my little roast of Rhaenyra.
Yeah. But I love Rhaenyra. I loved it. River Miss Space says, I can fix him. I can do it.
Lady Stoneheart over here says, no grieving for Rhaenyra. She says, you get 24-hour window. All right, well, I'm going to go get the Jon Snow ponytail here.
Do you have a roast for Queen Rhaenyra?
No notes. She's fucking up here and there for sure. But I feel like her heart's in the right place. At least she's doing wild things in the Targaryen family, really, pushing boundaries for the Targaryens, doing things like hugging her children but no, I think Rhaenyra, she's for sure fucking up here and there, but her heart is in the right place. She's certainly more fit to do anything from, sitting the Iron Throne to maybe babysitting someone's kid than really anyone in her extended family. I like Daemon. Wouldn't trust him with anything. I wouldn't trust him to bake a cake. Everybody else, I would violently keep away from anything that I'm trying to make sure does not go tits up. And Rhaenyra, I would trust a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to roast her because I feel like she's fucking up the least.
She had her fucking Daenerys moment, and she did not massacre anyone, right? The Daenerys moment, like, losing this, losing that, lost her child, lost her husband, because Daemon's been gone to her.
I still don't believe in that Daenerys moment, though. They did
Danny dirty. I'm just saying, like, she had that moment and she didn't massacre anyone.
Yeah.
Did I cut you off? You still don't believe in the Daenerys moment because...
Oh, no, you didn't cut me off. I was just saying they did Daenerys dirty. Like, she's not going to turn into Dragon Hitler at the end of the actual books. Like,
yeah,
shit will go wrong, and there will definitely be some, human heart and conflict stuff and some hard decisions, etc. But, like, she's not all of a sudden going to just start, you know what? I love freeing all these slaves. Now I think I'm just going to burn everyone.
It's fuck King's Landing. All right, next we have Helena. Fuck King's Landing. Listen, Daenerys is my one true queen. Y'all killed her for one mistake. Tywin was allowed to extinguish 2 lines. I didn't say shit to him. He was 18. Y'all said, oh, that was his first mistake. It's fine. Boys will be boys. He'll grow it out. Daenerys did one bad thing her whole life. Y'all killed her? Stop it. Fuck King's Landing. I will roast that shit too. Don't ever let Nettles near King's Landing. Helena. Oh, no, not me already getting tips. Helena is just happy that Jaehaerys is dead. She is. Why would I say that? Oh, that's so mean. Why? Oh my gosh, she's autistic. No, she's happy that Jaehaerys is dead because she caught Jaehaerys and Jaehaera doing some Jamie Cersei shit. She did. The twins were already madly in love. Yeah, even at this age, Jaehaerys and Jaehaera were already madly in love. And Helena, being who she is, she foresaw one of their futures, the futures where they lived and lived out their life like Cersei. Okay. She saw a vision where they grew up to have snobby kids who would mutilate animals. Okay. Where their kids would have terrible deaths and their line wouldn't even pass on, just like Cersei. So she saw one of those possible futures and it was not cute. So now that Jaehaerys is dead, she's happy because Jaehaera is not going to end up fucking her twin brother. And now Helena is in this possible future that she didn't see. So now she gets to enjoy it for the first time like a normal person. And I know all of this because Mushroom told me this shit. So, yeah. Opening it up to you guys.
I'll go.
Helena. Okay.
Oh, whoever.
No, it's you. But
Okay.
listen, the computer will do what it does.
We could so use a mushroom in this story. Come on. There needs to be, I hate to say this, but there needs to be a little bit more like dick jokes and titties. I mean, they gave us a whorehouse in the last episode.
Thank you.
They didn't even show any nipples. They showed like she was topless for like 1 second. She was like, oh, bye. Like, what? Show those titties. There's nothing wrong with titties. There's nothing shameful about titties. In other countries, they do the news topless after 11 o'clock at night. It's fine.
What country is that?
A lot of European countries. Definitely got to be France and Italy. I mean, those are
Shampoo
the two
commercial.
So, we could use a mushroom in this story. I think they were trying to shy away from using like a dwarf because that is problematic a little bit maybe in today's day and age of like calling people dwarfs. It's not very nice, but that's the way it was back in history times. But we could totally use some more comedy. It's like you said in your last roast. I really liked what you said about like Aegon is carrying the comedic weight of the entire fucking cast. We have to come up with our own humor by making fun of these sad ass people. So for this scene, I thought, what's good about child murder? We could spin it to our cause, right? We could parade his little corpse around through the streets like a prop and bring people to our cause. And who are the people they're bringing to the cause? Poor people who don't have any say in the matter anyway. Like, you're creating a spectacle. And the best part is, this is the funeral and everything, but it's kind of a roast of Otto because he's like, this is the women's place. I think Aegon should be excused from the funeral. Like, what the
right?
It's the women's place to be a prop for tears and sadness and misery, while the men get to be strong and subdued in the castle, preserve their manhood. Like, come on. What the fuck are you thinking? Open casket funeral for a beheaded child. Really wonderful. And then of course, like, you're going to parade your differently abled daughter around to freak out in front of people. Like, what does that show about Helena? Like, you don't want people to see her freaking out, right? Like, I mean, I guess they do because it brings people to their cause. But anyway, it was a sham. Fuck that funeral. And then they go around saying, this is the work of Rhaenyra, the pretender. Like, oh, really wonderful propaganda. Like, let me just ask you, did anybody fucking care about this child? Aegon's like complaining people are laughing about him. Like, 2 hours after his death or whatever. The only people that cared about him were people that didn't know him, like the people in the castle crying. Like, Helena is like, I don't know, I don't want to, you know, she has some tears. Of course, she's a mom. Like, that's really sad. It was sad seeing her crying and everything. But also, like, it's 24 hours after he died, and everybody's like, let's do our duty. Let's, you know, parade him around. We have to do this. Oh, well, gotta shut up. Alicent. Oh, my God. I'm going to save it for my roast of Alicent, but I don't want to say too much more because the rest is for the roast of Alicent. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the matter.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really roasting Helena here. It's all tangential roasts of everybody else and what they're
What are
doing.
you, soft? We roast the dragons. Helena is a dragon.
It's a roast.
I mean,
it's a
What are
roast of
you?
everybody,
I don't
bro.
feel
Girl.
bad, but yeah, no, she's I mean, I'm just picturing her now with the information that you were provided by Mushroom, doing her Doctor Strange thing, looking through every possible reality until she sees her kids fucking, which is like, I have to assume 99 out of 100 realities since she's Targaryen. And
has twins.
yeah. She's like, oh no, I can't have that. It's okay when I do it, but I don't want that life for my kids. But their kids will be fine. Anyway, yeah, it was a mess. The entire, like, let's put our, you know, somewhere on the spectrum daughter on display because that'll make people feel sorry for us. Yeah, no, it's some pretty hardcore propaganda. It was a weird look. And I don't know, just every scene Helena is in makes me feel super uncomfortable. Like, it's super uncomfortable watching her have like an episode while she's, you know, carrying Frank and Jaehaerys down on the little cart. Yeah, that was rough.
You didn't like this? This didn't make you hard?
No, I would say that my butthole was clenched harder than Aegon when he walked straight by Helena in the other scene. That was also super uncomfortable.
What a wasted boner. This would have been a perfect time for a boner, this entire Jaehaerys scene.
I didn't want to compete with Mushroom. I just saw, you know, what he was getting done there and how much champagne he sprayed, and I didn't. It was affecting me, and I didn't want to fight that. But yeah, I promise some future roast will get my dick out about Helena or something.
R. Silva says, got here in the perfect moment.
Okay.
Now we will go to Cole.
Oh yeah.
Woo! We're gonna need more alcohol for this crap.
Kim, I know you said you just got some more alcohol, but Carl Karsnark wants to see a snake. Is there any way that we could see a snake, even if it's for 5 minutes, like a show and tell, and then
I already said maybe next roast.
I really want to hear you roast Cole, but give me 2 minutes, and far be it from me to disappoint and not bring my snakes out. I'll be right back.
Carl Karsnark is my boss, so I have to listen to whatever Carl Karsnark wants to do.
Oh, is he like your manager, or is he standards and practices?
Carl Karsnark is the old gods in the Song of Ice and Fire fandom. Okay. Carl Karsnark was here before anyone else was actually here. Carl Karsnark whispered to George when George was sleeping and said, there's 4 wolves in the snow, and there's going to be this family, and there's dragons, and he whispered the story to George. That is who Carl Karsnark is. If I'm in Radio Westeros,
she bit me.
History of Westeros. Huh?
She bit me.
Who?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Carl Karsnark bit you.
Right now?
No. Carl Karsnark, I brought out Sea Smoke in honor of the episode and Sea Smoke appearing, and she totally bit me twice. But she didn't break the skin. So that's how harmless ball pythons are. They can bite you and they still don't even break your skin. So
Sorry, this is
Not
sea
really.
smoke.
this is sea smoke, yes.
There you
See,
go.
doesn't it look like sea smoke?
Exactly.
I call her CC. CC for short.
She's a descendant of sea smoke.
Yes.
And we saw that in this episode, sea smoke flying overhead, that exact
Yep.
coloring. So I'm gonna do my coal roast with you on the screen. So it'll be my voice. So
Okay.
you can move your mouth and make it like a TikTok. No, just kidding. Make it seem like you're talking. Here we go. Criston Cole wants to be Romeo and Juliet so bad. Pick a fucking princess. Pick a fucking queen. Oh my god, don't.
This is ridiculous. Take me off the screen. Come on. The snake's hiding.
I know. It looks so beautiful.
I'm drinking.
Here we are. Here we are.
She's hissing at me. She's so pissed off today. She's like, I know you're roasting me.
Why did she bite? Does it just happen?
She's shedding. She can't see anything.
Oh.
So they their eyes they have an eyelid over their eye. It's actually a scale that goes over their eye to protect their eyeball. They don't have eyelids like ours that can blink. And so when they shed, it goes like all frosty, and so they can't see anything. So when I went to grab her out, she got really scared and she bit me.
Basically, the inspiration for Maester Aemon.
Yes, there you go.
Why don't we ever see depictions of dragons shedding?
Maybe they don't shed.
Vhagar sheds. Also, monitor lizards, which are a little bit more like dragons, they shed differently. They shed in pieces. They don't have... So monitor lizards have eyelids, and dragons, which we've seen on screen, have eyelids that blink. So they don't have that frosty thing where the thing... They're blind, basically. So they wouldn't have that same problem as snakes.
Wait, all monitor lizards are blind?
Yeah, snakes, when they start shedding, they go totally blind. They can't see anything.
Only when shedding. Okay.
Only when shedding, yes. So dragons, they have the eyelids, so they wouldn't go blind, but also it shows Vhagar, as they get older, they do lose lots of keratin, which is what the scales are made of, reptiles in general. And so, like, as they get older, they do lose flesh, basically. So that was one thing in the show that I thought was super cool and accurate to reptiles, was that Vhagar is so old that she's like, her scales are just falling off as it goes along. But Vhagar is technically shedding all the time.
So that was scientifically accurate, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dragons were scientifically accurate.
Listen.
Hey,
what are pterodactyls, Sean, don't ever try me. What are pterodactyls? Thank you. Dragons.
I mean, the classification doesn't exist anymore.
Carl Karsnark says snake shedding is where the expression about having the scales lifted from your eyes comes from in the Bible as well. I didn't know that, and so now that
neither did I. That's very interesting.
They inserted that into Ironborn lore.
Really?
Yeah,
Scales.
about lifting the the fish scales from your eyes. Carl Karsnark probably knows, but yeah, it's in there.
Victarion chapter. I'd be skipping those chapters, but no, that's cool. That's cool, Carl. Has she ever warged into the snake? Have you ever warged into the snake, Kim?
Well, that would make me like Lord Voldemort, and I don't want to be evil. So.
Oh, I have some shit to say about Lord Voldemort, but we'll wait for Aemond.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Criston Cole wants to be Romeo and Juliet so bad. Again, he's always naked. This is the guy who gets promoted and never steps foot in the office again. I'm sure you've all worked in an office, and then one guy gets the job, and what does he do? Takes long lunches. Then he takes long breakfasts and lunches. And he starts coming in at 11 a.m. when everyone else is coming in at 8 a.m. Then he takes long vacations. Then he wants you to only correspond with him through email. Okay, we all know that guy. And that guy is Criston Cole. He becomes the Lord Commander, and this guy never has to put on his uniform. He's wearing those disgusting tunics, those beige, nasty, dirty ass clothes. Poor people clothes, Criston. You're wearing poor people clothes. Again, naked. He just takes advantage of everything. My next point is that Cole is a cold-blooded killer. He just wanted to get rid of Eric. I promise you right now. Look, I promise you, he just wanted to get rid of Eric. Okay? They're talking about, oh, Jaehaerys just died. This person is untrustworthy. This person's untrustworthy. What are the easy pickings? What are the easiest fruits to pick from the tree? Well, Eric. Why? Well, his brother defected to Rhaenyra. So if there's going to be the easy picking for a fucking traitor, it's going to be Eric, the guy whose twin brother is working for the other team in the same capacity that he is. Let me get rid of him. Criston Cole, he's not that smart. He looks good. We know he looks good. He lays down pipe. We know he lays down pipe. But he's not smart. So he thinks that just getting rid of the easy pickings, the low-hanging fruit, that's going to make us think that he's good at his job. I mentioned the guy who gets the promotion and never fucking shows up to work. What about the new guy that comes into the office and he thinks that if I make changes, it'll make it look like I'm doing my job? Have you ever fucking worked for a manager who fucking came out of nowhere? You've been at the company for 7 years. Your coworker's been at the company for 13 years. This person's there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But this person comes off of the street, totally new to the company, but they want to show that they're a manager. They want to show that they're doing something. So they start changing up all the rules. If I change up all the rules, it'll look like I'm doing something. So Criston Cole says, oh, let me just get rid of a traitor so it'll make it look like I'm doing my job. Criston Cole is a cold-blooded killer who wanted to get rid of Eric. He thinks getting rid of traitors is a show of strength. How dare you interrupt lunchtime, Cole? Do you know how sacred lunchtime is for us people who work jobs? Okay, lunchtime is a time where no one is allowed to speak to you. And if they try that shit, if they try to speak to you, you'll just go and eat lunch in your car while you watch the rest of a movie. Bitch, you're not talking to me during lunch. It's a sacred time, okay? Lunch is a time for running to the post office or shitting your brains out in the bathroom, whatever. It's a time where you are made anew to continue your fucking shift. And you interrupted Eric's lunchtime, Criston Cole. Cole, I can't believe you kicked a chair in our sacred cafeteria and yelled so loud you cleared a room. You fucking psycho. People were eating their lunch. You come up in here, kicking chairs, yelling. Everyone had to leave. In the eyes of an angel, far away from here. For the chair. Why did you kick that chair, Cole? What did the chair actually do to you other than be a chair in the fucking cafeteria? Cole is a hypocrite. Okay? In that scene in this episode where they're cleaning up the room, in that scene where you see that bloody mattress from Jaehaerys, you see Cole turn his head. He's like, oh no, I can't look at that. No, I can't look at the mattress. It has blood on it. Bitch, Cole, you can't look at a bloody mattress, Cole. You can beat Joffrey's head into the crevices of his skull, but you can't look at a bloody mattress. You can push Beesbury down so hard that you break his skull, but you can't look at a little red paint on a fucking mattress. Cole, have you ever seen a period panty? I've seen more blood on a period panty than on that mattress. And Cole was like, oh, I can't look at it. No, not me. I'm just a king's guard. I've never seen that before. No, it's bloods. Blood on the mattress. Cole! You fucking hypocrite. You a bad actor too, Cole. Oh, Cole, your white cloak is bloodier than the props department of Carrie the musical. Stop it. Don't act innocent like you can't look at a like you did blood and cheese to Joffrey. You did worse. I don't know if it's worse. That sawing sound, but I didn't see it. I saw what you did to Joffrey. So by that definition, it's worse. It's worse. You did worse than blood and cheese to Joffrey. You did. This is the last thing I have to say about Cole. Cole, why were you surprised about your promotion? Aegon looks at you. Aegon says, give the pin to Cole. And you're like, Cole, you're saying, no, not me. Pick someone else, anyone else. I literally don't give a fuck about anyone. That's the face you gave me, Cole. Why were you surprised about that promotion? Isn't it a shame when even you know that you're a piece of shit, Cole? Most of us lie to ourselves. But you, Cole, you have nothing to even muster up a lie. Nothing. So that's what I have to say about Cole.
All right. Can I go next? Because I got a lot of shit to say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first off, the reason why he's surprised is because he was trying to get fired and get that, get that paycheck, that retirement, and instead he accidentally keeps failing up. It's classic, white people problems. But anyway, he's, this. You called him a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite. He's the biggest hypocrite. This dude, he's breaking chairs and shit because he has a lot of big feelings. He can't handle his big feelings. He was upset with his big feelings about Rhaenyra, who wanted him to be a side piece and his Kingsguard member, with her as the queen. But somehow when Alicent is the queen and he's the side piece Kingsguard member, it's okay. We got that, Drake meme over there. And, obviously getting rid of Eric because he's paranoid and feeling guilty is that, Catholic, I'm sorry, I mean, Faith of the Seven guilt over here and what it does to a motherfucker.
They're Catholic. Just say it.
Yeah, they are.
They're worse than Catholics.
They're worse than Catholics.
I'm not Catholic anymore. Anyway, he's another proud member of the Can't Think 15 Seconds into the Future Club with Aegon and Daemon and all these people. But somehow this guy has the least foresight. He's like, hey, Eric, why don't you just go and kill Rhaenyra? Pretend you're your brother. It'll be fine. Kill her. And the war's over. She has 5 sons. Sorry, 4 now. Too soon? Doesn't matter. Point is that's not going to end the war. If all of a sudden the face of Team Black is a dude, it's going to be even easier for the sexist lords in Westeros to support that side, especially if she's killed in treachery. So, not being able to think through to the consequences of your actions, that's another big one. And really, why does he want her dead? Is he trying to end the war? This guy seems to really like violence. He really enjoyed killing Beesbury. You're right. He's seen a lot of blood. Somehow he can't handle the period panties. That's a thing. But, and you know what? We'll take him to counseling for that. We'll talk all about his Catholicism and we'll let him know that it's okay to have a little ketchup on the hot dog as long as the bun is tight. But he really wants Rhaenyra dead, mainly because his penis is confused about the awkward state of their throuple. And to that, go fuck yourself, Criston Cole. And I'm going to pass the mic to Britney Spears at the VMAs.
I need a bigger snake for that.
I'm going to pass. I'm passing the mic to someone.
So let's toast to Criston Cole, the ultimate fuck boy, who does nothing but eat pussy badly, apparently, because she needs to ride you afterwards instead of you riding her, right? Tell me about it.
Did you just say she's a top?
So, this guy, what is he even doing? He has done nothing but bully up on children and make stupid fucking mistakes and call women cunts since he's been appointed to the Kingsguard by a woman. Rhaenyra appointed him. He fucks her, can't handle it, cannot handle that she might just be a capable person and not wanting to run away and marry him and give up everything for him. Like, what kind of egotistical, stupid fucking maniac are you? So now he's carrying on with Alicent, and like, he is traumatized about breaking his vow before, but he can do whatever he wants to Alicent.
Doesn't matter.
Right. Now all of a sudden it doesn't matter anymore. At first I thought, hey, maybe he's just eating pussy and getting down on his knees as penance or some shit like that when the first scene happened. And then she was riding him and I'm like, dude, you're letting her do all the work even? Come on. You're such a bitch.
A sub.
I thought like maybe he will only eat pussy because he's not breaking his vow or something and he'll never break his vow again. No. He's just a little fuck boy. And you're wasting manpower. It's just the stupidest shit ever to send. Oh yeah, let me send this guy to just go get killed. Even if he kills Rhaenyra. Like you said, she has way more sons. And also, like, he's going to die anyway. The people who are loyal to her in that castle are going to kill him. You're just wasting one of your Kingsguard erroneously. So that's what I have to say about Cole in this episode anyway. I will save more brutal insults for future episodes.
Carl Karsnark says, oh my God. You ladies are too spicy. I'm blushing like a schoolgirl over here.
Good.
Yeah. This is
I
a
want to make
spicy
everybody
game.
blush.
Spicy
It's hot in
game.
King's Landing.
We don't give a fuck. Then we have Sean MacArthur who says, Criston Pole. You see that? Criston Pole. Criston Pole, the type of motherfucker to match with a bitch on Tinder and then cry in her bathroom. My goodness. I just watched Perfect Match on Netflix because I am trash. And this comment reminded me of that. Crying in a woman's bathroom. Oh, Criston.
Which is somehow the only way he's able to spray champagne.
Damn.
Right.
Next.
What?
Oh. Next is Alicent. Same picture. Different bitch.
Okay, Alicent.
It's funny where we've started. Oh no, I have a nose ring. Hold on, let me put it on, guys. Fashion demands.
Can I smoke my nicotine vape if it's just nicotine?
It's just nicotine. Smoke it.
Just nicotine.
Alicent is faking it with Criston. When you see the shot of Alicent, like that's not how women experience cunnilingus. When a woman is enjoying herself, she's like this. She's like focused. She's like not talking. There are no sounds. I can't believe this is happening. Like, the silence is the answer. It's all I gotta say. But hey, there are women who are different. There are women who are totally enjoying themselves and they're like Alicent, sure. But the majority of women, that performance was not true cunnilingus enjoyment. I'm so sorry. Because, yeah, the performances we put on for you guys, sometimes it does, as a woman, it makes you feel good to make the guy feel good. So you make the sounds, you put on the performance, you do the circle with your spine like this to make him think like, oh, you're rocking my world, because you want him to do it again. If you don't do this performance, he will never do it again, will he? So, like Alicent, you put on this performance. And I saw it for what it was, Alicent. Good try, girl. Good try, girl. So, next subject. Who is the better parent, Alicent or Otto? Would you want Alicent to be your mommy, or would you want Otto to be your daddy? I'll tell you who the better parent is. Easy, Otto. In season 1, we saw Otto hug Alicent when she cried. Have we ever seen Alicent hug any child, male, female, she-male, dragon, any type of child? No.
No.
When Alicent was crying in this episode, her dad, Otto, still talked to her. He could stand to still be in the same room, even though she was crying. But when Aegon was crying, Alicent scooted out of that room. Alicent was like, ooh, sorry, wrong dressing room. Alicent looked like Cersei scooting by the Mountain and the Hound on that Belle's episode. She was like, oops, let me just get downstairs. This has nothing to do with me. Alicent scooted out that room and jumped right into Criston Cole's lap. That's how she handles parenthood. So who's the better parent, Alicent or Otto? It's gonna be Otto, and that's your roast, Alicent. Your roast is that you're a shittier parent than your father who pimped you out in episode 1, talking about put on your mama's dress. Woo! Alicent, your daddy ain't shit, but he comforts you every day like the basket case that you are. He be holding your hand. I saw it. I saw all types of shit. I saw he was holding your hand, gave you a hug, all types of shit. Okay, Alicent. Another thing I have to say is that Alicent couldn't wait to slurp up Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds. On the first episode, I didn't say anything. Why would I shame someone for having sex? I didn't say anything. Now, we've seen it continue in a way that makes me think that you just like Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds. You just like Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds. You could have had any man in the world. Any man in the world, Alicent. Alicent. You could have went to Bravos. You could have went to Yee. You could have went to Summer Isles. You could have went to Dorne. You could have went to the north, the south, the east, the west, Alicent. And you chose one man. One man. Woo! Couldn't wait to slurp up Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds. Alicent couldn't wait to gossip to her dad about her sexual exploit, but she got skirt. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. Don't tell me cause it hurts.
Okay, Sea Smoke is being
Rowdy,
trying to get away. So
All
say
right.
goodbye
like,
to
what is
the
this?
Snooki.
She's like, my
Say goodbye to
manager.
Snooki.
No, her agent did not approve of this. This was an illegal snake sesh.
I wanted to keep her out till we roasted Addam Valerian, but I think she's gonna poop too, so I don't want to get pooped on. I already got champagne on, so I don't want to get pooped on. I'll be right back. In
Hey,
like
one of those is
30
good for your skin, the other is not.
Okay.
All right. I'll go next just for logistics.
No, I'm not even halfway done through my bullet points.
Oh,
How about that? No, I'm a menace. That's fine. Where am I? Alicent couldn't wait to slurp up Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds. Alicent couldn't wait to gossip to her dad about her sexual exploits. She was so sad when he didn't want to hear it. Here's my next point. Here's one of Alicent's quotes from this episode. A blow to the king is a blow to the realm. You mean a blow to Criston is a blow to Beesbury head? A blow to Criston is a blow to Joffrey's face. That's what you mean, right? No, I'm just kidding. We're not talking about a blow to the realm in violence terms. We're talking about blowjobs. Because this is my time to remind you guys that Alicent was giving blowjobs to old King Jaehaerys before Viserys ever even took the throne. Okay. Alicent knows exactly what it's like to blow the realm, metaphorically, literally, and physically. She started with old King Jaehaerys, okay? Alicent, I have one more thing to tell you. It's okay to wear another color other than green. It's okay to wear another color. You don't have to keep wearing green. I realized in this episode that, like, damn, bitch, like, it's yellow, there's blue, there's red, there's gold, there's black, there's white, there's pink. There are many other colors. Alicent, stop it with the green. Stop it. I mean, we did see you wear black for 34 minutes for Jahedless's funeral. But then you went right back to Kermit the Frog, Alicent. Alicent, we want to see something else from you. And I am finally done, which means it is time for Sean, who is muted.
Sorry, that's Kermit Tully to you.
Kermit Tully.
Hold
on. Trece Mundos says, please stop this guy to drink wine in a wine glass because it makes looks even sexier. Trece Mundos is talking about I'm a hetero man from Spain.
I can.
But he called you sexy drinking your wine glass.
Anyway, we're moving past it. We're talking about the sloppy seconds here, and I think everybody can appreciate that. Where Criston Cole is so obsessed with Alicent is so obsessed with Rhaenyra's sloppy seconds here. She swooped in while it still tasted like Rhaenyra.
Damn.
Yeah. Which, do what you got to do. Alicent, part of the club, just trying not to parent. She tries to confess to her dad. He says, "Bitch, I'm not a priest. Get out of here." And so she goes to a priest, and the priest says, "You're saying it wrong." She says, "Daddy, I have sinned. Father, forgive me." But anyway, Alicent's fucking awful. Like, the only one of her kids that she's actually tried to show some humanity towards is the one who really can't have that kind of emotional connection because she's on the spectrum. And rather than, working with that, she's just used that to make sure that she doesn't accidentally develop any kind of bond with any of her kids. And for that reason, you're right. Otto is somehow the better parent. And again, this is just a race towards the fucking bottom.
Damn.
And we got Alicent, who is not a member of the Can't Think 15 Seconds Ahead in terms of actions club, but she's somehow managing to fuck things up more than everybody else on that club. She's definitely not getting, fulfillment from her relationship with Criston Cole. He is definitely not making things happen. Because, first of all, she's riding Dragonback to make sure that shit actually happens for herself, because if he takes charge, it's not going to happen. She only lets him play top because Daddy didn't let her confess. And because even that orgasm faking was somehow less awkward than hugging her son while he was crying. So it was an easy decision for her.
Yeah.
God, she's just the
Bravo.
worst. I love Olivia Cook. Please don't let this become a roast of me.
Oh, Alicent. Let me tell you, Olivia Cook is delivering a complex character. I really like that about the actress. I think the actress is doing a spectacular job of portraying so many conflicting emotions. And also, Alicent is a piece of shit. Okay. She follows Daddy's lead, has 3 babies 4 babies, excuse me, because we finally got Daemon in this episode, didn't we?
Finally.
We finally got some hint of Daemon. Oh, you have another son. Oh, great. Thank you for waiting until season 2, episode 2 to tell us that. You should have introduced that immediately. What were you thinking? But also, like, if she has all these sons and she can't seem to get it together, and she's fucking Criston Cole. He's doing a bad job of it. She's not fulfilled. She is it really goes to show that in all the scenes where she's like trying to drown herself in a fucking bathtub, which is like what I would do if I was her. And also like just everything. She can't relate to her children. She can't it seems like she's not even relating to Criston Cole, who she's fucking, which is like the closest she's been to a person, because when she was fucking Viserys, I imagine she just shut her eyes and pretended she was anywhere else. But I do think the actress is doing a really good job. I don't have a lot of roasts for Alicent in this episode. I really like Alicent. Except for when she's like, oh, the gods are punishing me for killing this 3-year-old boy. Like, what the fuck, bitch? You're making it about yourself.
As always.
About yourself. Who cares about this kid? Who cares about the actual person the kid was? Like, come on. The gods are just punishing me by killing this child. Oh, God, I'm going to confess my fuck stories to my daddy. Like, what is your problem? You are crazy. End of story. I like that but I love it. I love it. I have to be honest. I'm roasting her, but I love it. I really like where they're going with her character. I really do. It's different. It is complex. It is, and I think the actress is just doing a really, really good job. So that's my pathetic roast of Alicent.
What do you say to our Silva saying she is Cersei coded? What does that mean to you to be Cersei coded? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What parts is she nailing Cersei? What parts is she not Cersei at all?
Okay. Cersei says, fuck the gods. Alicent is a very devout believer. So that's a big difference between their characters. But also, I just think Olivia Cooke is a brilliant actress. I really think she's a smart person and a brilliant actress. And I think she is creating a character out of kind of, like, I know there's the books. I know there's the screenwriters. But she's kind of creating a character out of nothing here. I feel like she is really bringing herself to the picture. And that's super cool because it happens to be that I think that she's kind of a cool person. But also, what do I think of her being Cersei coded? Nobody will ever fucking be Cersei. Nobody will be Lena Headey. Nobody will ever be Cersei. For me, anyway, in my opinion. Cersei is like one of my favorite characters in all of literature. So it's hard for me to compare to anyone to Cersei, but I do think she's doing a good job. I don't think that they're doing it exactly as played. She's definitely more of a goody two shoes of like religious and shit like that. But the actress is bringing her own thing to the table, and I also think that Cersei's 100% a better mom.
Yeah.
Cersei's life, she lives for her motherhood. And that's what that's like one line, I think it was just in the show and not the books, that I really, really enjoyed. That like I thought, that monologue could have been in the books. And that's when she said, you do nothing except for your children. I would have thrown myself out of the highest tower of the Red Keep if it weren't for my children. I don't think Alicent is that kind of person. I think she has followed Daddy's lead and done everything Daddy said. And it goes to show that she tries to confess her fucking sex sins to daddy. Come on. What's wrong with you, bitch? Nobody wants to hear that. He's like, and I don't wish to hear it. God. Hello.
To be fair, Cersei did confess her sins to her daddy.
But those
in the show.
No, those were not erroneous. Those were not erroneous, like, oh yeah, I've been fucking Sir Criston Cole. He's been going down on me. No, that was like, look, your legacy is a lie. You have to know the truth. That is like a real seed of truth, not the sexual details of your misdoings.
That was one of the best scenes.
Oh no, daddy, I went full Targaryen.
Yeah, it's like Jaime's dick is bigger than yours.
Why do you know these things, daughter?
Yes, exactly.
I saw you in that open shower. Listen, this is medieval times. Next, we have Otto. Otto. So I made this comparison on David Lightbringer's channel this past Sunday after the episode. I was like, Kris Jenner. But David Lightbringer and Tim don't know nothing about no damn trashy ass, nasty ass American fucking trailer trash TV. But I do. But thank God I wasn't the only person that thought this, because I didn't have to do any memes or do anything up. When I literally looked up Otto, this picture is like came up on that first page in images. Okay, we're gonna watch this video, guys.
Okay.
This has to do with Otto.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Oh my goodness. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose.
Well,
yes.
Not
that,
Elmo.
You probably never heard of that, but that was a viral TikTok thing about losing your job, and that was about Otto losing his job.
It's good. I'm glad you went that way.
Yeah, I get why it's funny. I'm just not on TikTok.
You like about to lose your job. So it's Boomdog Saint said, "I'm crying." Good. We have reached one audience member.
David Lightbringer's trying to get me to be on TikTok, like just do like make characters say weird shit.
That is what you're missing.
I know, but I'm old. So
you about to lose your job.
How old are you? You look like you're in your 20s.
Thank you. I'm not.
You don't have to talk about your age.
Don't say your age. It's okay. Don't age yourself.
Don't say your age. We don't believe in that.
I won't say my age either.
It's too late, but you know, it's just between me, you, and the wine glass. Yeah, I'm 36.
And the wine glass.
I'll figure out TikTok.
Well, you look like you're in your 20s, so just take the compliment.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, you guys are in the middle of my roast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roast these motherfuckers. He's about to lose his job.
I played my song. You about to lose your job. As soon as Otto started talking to Aegon, when he said, "Do you ever think of your father?" I said, "You about to lose your job." Okay, exactly like this song. So this week, Otto has been kicked off the island. Survivor Island, Love Island, Too Hot to Handle. Every island. Who will be next? Will it be Aemond? Will it be Alicent? This is what Viserys should have done. I'm talking about Viserys, Rhaenyra's dad. Viserys should have looked at Otto and said, "I'm not going to marry the help." That's what Aerys too did. He said, "I'm not going to marry the help. That's below me." That was Viserys' problem. See, what happened is Viserys really did marry the help. But not Otto regretting Viserys. When Otto started talking about Viserys, the table rose like 9 inches. Isn't that what that fucking quote was? Do you ever think of your father? judicious, dignity.
His
Now,
forbearance.
Go ahead, Sean.
His forbearance.
His foreskin and his forbearance. His foreskin and his forbearance. Listen, that scene made me think that Otto probably made a pass at Viserys, and Viserys is like, no thanks. Because Otto looks with regret. He was like, do you ever think about your father? Otto regrets Viserys, and he should. But it's okay, Otto. We know you'll find your way back into the job again. You didn't even seem that sad to leave. You were like, bye, bitch. Aegon. Otto did not seem sad to leave that job. Why? Because Otto knows he will still be pulling the tampon strings in this bitch.
Don't tell Criston Cole.
Don't tell Criston Cole. And so who's next?
I'll go next.
Kim. Otto.
So, Otto, like, what are you literally good for? You are pulling the strings for Highgarden since the day one of this job. You've been a hand to what? Was it 3 kings? He was
Yes.
Jaehaerys, Viserys, and then Aegon, right? Like 3 kings. And he's done no good. He's only fucked up the realm.
Damn.
He's literally only fucked up the realm. His grandson dies, and he's like, let's parade his corpse around. Like, come on. What's your deal, dude? You are such a little bitch. And then he gets replaced his hand, goes running away to Hightower, just as he did before.
Yep.
When he was basically replaced his hand again.
Yep.
So, I mean, really, what is he good for? Everybody else is making the decisions for him in the end, and really in the show. And he lost a grandchild and then paraded him around. I don't know. He seems like a piece of shit to me. He's like, oh, Aegon better be excused from this funeral procession because, women are supposed to be the tenderness of the realm. And you guys can go out there and cry. And we have to stay in here being stoic. Like, fuck you, dude. Seriously, fuck you. He deserved to be replaced. And it's like you said, has anybody ever had a bigger heart-on for Viserys? Nobody. Okay? Nobody has ever had that big of a heart-on for Viserys. His dignity, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. You're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
That's all I have to say about Otto. Please go on.
I'll
All right,
drink to
good.
that.
I'm first
Sure.
going to say that I agree with both the honorable Kim and the honorable Nettles about what's going on here with Otto. The devil works hard, but Otto and Kris Jenner work harder. And it's fucking funny because like the entire point of everything he's been working towards since he became Viserys's hand was to cement himself and his lineage on the throne, and he gets Aegon on the throne, and then all of a sudden he's like, wow, holy shit, this guy doesn't belong on the throne. It's just, it's wild. Like Aegon is literally too dumb, bloodthirsty, ignorant, short-sighted, etc. to be on the throne, and he never thought about this until like weeks after Aegon is already on the throne. And it's that Arrested Development. I've made a huge mistake. And he constantly belittles Aegon as his idiot grandson, mainly because Aegon is his idiot grandson. But, this, like, what do you think's going to happen if you call this moron a moron all the time when he's that sensitive?
Yeah.
He's a very sensitive guy, all right? He cries accidentally in front of his mother, which is just, according to Alicent, weird and disgusting. But, he's somehow, you know, we're limboing under the disgustingly low bar with Otto somehow is the better parent than Alicent. Meanwhile, she's trying to have a real conversation with him before he leaves King's Landing again. Like, Dad, I've sinned. Like, I really need to get this off my chest. And he's like, you really need to get a fucking priest. Get the fuck out of here. And it's like, you know, it really was. It was like that. It was like, Dad, I need to tell you something because I feel like I don't have a relationship with anybody here except for this idiot who can't make me orgasm. And so she tries to have this real moment with Otto, and he's bam from the top road. I'm not a priest, bitch.
I'm not a priest.
All right.
I'm not a priest.
And so, like, here he is just eating the consequences of literally all his own actions. and it's so unfair. Like, I can't even believe this, but you know what? We're going to make Darren happen. Protect that motherfucker. He wasn't close to any of us because we sent him away. So he's been away from the worst members of our family, which is our whole family. And so somehow he's going to turn out okay. So all we have to do is go to Alicent's confessor and just pray that Aegon and Aemon and everybody die so that we can give the throne to Daemon, who we didn't fuck up as bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kayla Common Folk says Otto could have blew Viserys better than Alicent. I agree.
Hey, and why is everybody mad about it?
They're not mad
they
about
did some sword fighting. It's okay. Why do you think he went after Alicent? He tasted original recipe. He wanted crispy. Oh, sorry. No, that's Alicent.
Damn. Next, we have Larys. I don't have anything for Larys to roast because Larys is what he is. He's never lied to you about who he is. Why are you mad? The only thing I'll have to say is the same thing I said last week, which is this the posture of a man with a club foot? I open it up to my colleagues.
No. He's standing up straight. He's not crippled. I'm sorry if that's an offensive word to people, but that's the word that's described in the books. Okay. He is being underwhelming. To me, it's underwhelming. I wanted a much more sinister, like Littlefingery type of spider that is going to weave webs. And instead he's like, hey, don't you think that you should have a different hand? And he just like pulls him to a balcony. And it's just, I don't know, it's not as eloquent. It's not as scheming. But other than that, the actor also kind of reminds me of doing a bad Emperor of the Sith impression. Seems like he's always like, like, oh, the gate will be closed by the time your friends will arrive. Ooh. Like, he just, I don't know, the actor, again, it's fine. It's fine. But it's not spectacular. And I expected more from Larys's actor, especially. Then they removed the fact that he has a club foot, which kind of develops his character a little bit, at least reading the books. So, I don't know. It could be better. I don't have a severe roast of this character. I just think that it could be better.
It's only episode 2.
Oh, I fucking do.
You're correct. Only episode 2. Let me tell you something. I like the second season, 2 episodes in so far, better than I like the first season. And the reason is because the second season feels like it's trying to be its own show. And I think that's really cool versus like in the first season, I felt a little bit like we need to ride the coattails of Game of Thrones. we need to have a death at a wedding, even though it doesn't make that much sense. Let's just have Criston Cole beat somebody to death, and we'll excuse it however we can. And they never even excused it. Like you could write that like duels were legal back then. You could write it in, you know. But like in the books, he died in the tournament, and for example, in the first episode of the series, there's lots of deaths in the tournament. And I just feel like that was not common. Like, that wasn't the point of the tournaments back then. It was like, you know, deaths were like a big deal. Like, if you died, what, you know, like, okay, well, he risked his life, but, you know, you're not necessarily supposed to die in the fucking
You're not
tournament.
supposed to. It's
Right.
It's a football game.
These guys
so
are way
I
too
feel
highborn and important to be dying in this. That's for the
right,
court.
exactly. Like Sir Gawain Hightower, come on. Like, okay, that is seriously fucked up. You're not supposed to actually try to kill your opponent in a tournament. But like, it doesn't make a ton of sense. But I feel like they did it because we have to have a death in a tournament because this is Game of Thrones. Just like I feel like Criston Cole punching a guy to death at a wedding doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, he would have been arrested for that technically, according to the books. But like, we need to make it more like Game of Thrones, so we need to fucking punch a guy to death at a wedding. Like, come on. So that's my one problem with the show so far. But still, I'd give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's been pretty good so far anyway. So that's my little roast of this whole
Larry,
bullshit, like writing things in because it has to be like Game of Thrones.
I know.
But other
Game of
than
Thrones
that,
is the
I think it's a
hardest
pretty good
shoes to
show so
fill.
far. Sorry,
All right.
go ahead.
No, I'm just
Fantastic.
agreeing with you. Like, Game of Thrones would be the hardest shoes to fill, right? Every show, no matter what network you're on, is trying to be Game of Thrones.
I agree with everything too. I'm just going to go way fucking further. And yeah, there's like honestly, that was my one big complaint about season 1 with how they did the whole, oh, I'm going to beat a highborn person to death and everybody's just going to be fine with it.
Makes sense.
And then Laenor is going to disappear. It's the bury your gays trope. It's like they're giving gay representation, but they don't want to actually have to deal with handling the characters, so they disappear them. Which obviously, like, Laenor did disappear at a certain time in the books, but like the way that they went about all this was it was fucking weird, and it was really, again, it was my only one complaint. And yeah, Larys is creepy as fuck, and he does give off Palpatine vibes. And it's the something dark side, something defeat, and he like we can see his motivations in season 2 where he's trying to fuck up the whole handship. He's like, hey, Aegon, you know, that was your father's hand. You should get a new hand. Somebody who's, you know, really has his finger on the pulse. Somebody who really, you know, can make things happen. Somebody who maybe has a club foot despite his posture. And, oh, weird. You chose Criston fucking Cole. God damn it. I keep fucking up. And, you know, it's fine. He botched that little plot a little bit. It's okay. But we can see his motivations. This dude wants to be hand, for one, because it takes the focus off his foot. And 2, well, he's upset that Alicent stopped texting him feet pics. So now that Alicent is with Criston Cole and you know, his foot supply has just dried up, he's struggling. And, you know, he's basically just trying to burn it all down until he gets what he wants, which is fine. He burned it all down. He burned his brother and father alive. You know, shit happens, right? Could have happened to anyone. And you know, he's the reasonable one though. Because Criston Cole is banging both queens, trying to initiate a throuple, and that's what destroyed the realm.
Damn.
But we have Larys, totally not Varys, Master of Whispers here, and all he wants is to make some yogurt about feet. And really, we could have saved the entire realm if somebody had just DM'd him Rhaenyra's OnlyFeet account name.
Exactly. So we have Boomdog Saint here that says he looked her dead in the eyeballs and said, "We got bigger issues than your slit." I don't
know what that's about, but it doesn't narrow it down.
It's Otto talking to Alicent saying we have bigger issues than your slit.
Well, it's
okay.
True.
Yeah.
Like, hello, don't confess to me all your pussy deeds when we're at war. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if you're fucking Criston Cole. Like, come on. Get your shit together. Let's go to war.
Kayla Common Folk says, "Show us your foot, Larys, you lying sack of shit."
To be fair,
where's his club foot? Like, we were promised a club foot. Where's the club foot? We have not seen the foot.
He would try to hide it as much as possible. And 2, he is leaning on that cane like it's his life.
He's standing straight up. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the Larys I know from the books.
It's not the Larys I know. Not my Larys.
Not my Larys.
Carl Karsnark says, "They're very PC on this show. The gay, spectrum, and or handicapped folks can do no wrong, regardless of how they're portrayed in the book."
Okay.
I think they made Larys pretty...
Here. I'm going to say something. This is something I've been wanting to say. What the fuck is with the plot hole? Laenor is not dead. How can Seasmoke have another rider?
We will see. You're going to have to do some Holocaust level Nazi experimentation.
Well, we are wondering about that, but he could just die. Like, people die. Like, the dude is living. I mean, apparently he and his new gay boyfriend went across the sea and just farmed all the cinnamon and oranges that Criston Cole was gonna. And I don't know, maybe he hurt his back doing that, and eventually, you know, he got struck with pox or whatever. And, you know, he dies, and now Seasmoke is a bachelor.
I don't know. Show him
I'm trying to make lemonade.
Show him dying.
Not from Dorne.
Show him dying. Because I just feel like the dragons have to have... There's a pre-existing canonical fucking rule that dragons are psychologically bound or psychically bound to their riders.
They're monogamous.
And like, if Laenor disappears, he's still alive.
That's true. But have you considered this? Addam Velaryon is really good looking.
I have considered that.
It's important.
I considered that as an excuse.
I wrote a lot about that in my notes for when we wrote Addam and Alyn.
Kravitz. I mean,
I really went off I got off topic. It was really heavily about how good looking he is.
Save it.
I will. We'll talk about it.
Writer of Karma says, "I found the scene of Aegon demolishing the 3D printed King's Landing of Viserys very cathartic, because it always looks so 3D printed and not even painted to me. What the fuck, production design? Damn." Alicent protected this man, made him her protector, and Viserys allowed it when he should have been named Helena's, as Eric have said. Do you guys think Criston should have been Helena's protector or Alicent's protector?
I don't know, but he should have been doing something other than playing Alicent's bottom during, you know, child murder.
As far as bury your gays, Carl Karsnark says, exactly. They've now made Laenor come off as the weak coward who abandoned his family to die. epic fail.
No, he went and studied abroad in Spain and came back with a really awkward Spanish lisp and won't stop fucking talking about it. But no,
Ibiza.
It was a little awkward. I didn't like that. I really liked Laenor as a character, and I liked the actor, and it was kind of a bummer when they just like I knew he was going to have to go before the Dance of the Dragons, but I just felt like a dragon rider like that, especially one as connected as him, was going to leave a big imprint, and he kind of just didn't.
Cole is the kingmaker and the queen slayer for real. Also,
Slaying the queen implies that he was able to make the magic happen, and as we've talked about,
champagne.
This is the guy who changes rhythm when she says she's about to.
A change in okay, let me not go into it. Writer of Karma says Alicent and Rhaenyra needing to bang is the spirit of the book. I said what I said. I said what I said.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have
They
saved the
were
war.
queer baiting us. Okay. I believe it was queer baiting to have Alicent and Rhaenyra. Like, you cannot have Rhaenyra make that look at Alicent in the first fucking episode with like, oh, it can be big enough to saddle too. You can't just have her make that look at Alicent without doing something. Come on.
Only they had banged.
They are by together. I know it. They love each other. I know it. It is gospel truth. I swear.
Why was Alicent really
also,
so mad
I
when she
feel like-
thought that
Sorry, go
Rhaenyra
ahead.
had banged Daemon / whoever? Why was Alicent really mad?
Duh. She didn't want him to bang Daemon. She wanted him to bang her. Or she wanted her to bang her.
Or it interrupted what was already happening.
Right.
Our
Not a
Silva
single
says
rug left in the red keep.
Our
One
Silva
Laying her head in her lap and being like, I like this position. It's quite comfortable. I only want to be this way with you forever across all the seas. Like,
very intimate.
No. That was some lesbian shit. Sorry. There's nothing wrong with it. I love
No,
it. It
not
shouldn't
at
have
all.
happened.
Can we talk about how Alicent is constantly having to try to train Criston Cole on how to do it like Rhaenyra did?
Damn. Tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us. Yeah.
Do it.
That'll be one of my points, but I really wanted to go through. R. Silva says Seasmoke realized he was gay and said, "Oh shit, I'm out."
How do we know Seasmoke's not gay?
Dragons are homophobic for sure.
Dragons are gender fluid. We don't even care.
Sluts. Dragons are bisexual.
That is true.
Sluts.
I heard that
All
on
of them.
somebody's channel. Dragons are sluts.
Kayla said maybe it's like donating blood. They find out you're gay and you can't do it anymore.
Oh,
Oh my
That's
god.
sad.
What is this? The 80s?
People are weird.
no, it's still like that though. It really is. They don't let you donate blood if you are gay
Yeah.
in many places. Yeah.
Damn, I don't want to donate blood. I'll just tell them I'm gay.
Carl Karsnark says this makes Rhaenys and Corlys like crazy parents that killed the butler so their son could run away and live his best life.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
That's what they
botched
did.
it, but he's probably living his best life.
Boomdog says this entire series low-key lacks vigor. Where are the warriors? Game of Thrones showed us killers immediately.
Did they though?
I can see their point. Don't you feel like we've been pulling punches compared
Yes.
to Game of Thrones? That's
Yeah,
what they need. Like, show us warriors.
There's been a huge setup for sure, but Game of Thrones definitely didn't have anything resembling that for I mean, really,
Listen,
most of the first season.
No. Think about the first season. We saw Drogo come and die. We saw Ned come and die.
But did we actually see it?
We've seen Cersei. We've
Yes,
seen
we saw it.
Jaime.
We saw Drogo do the
Jaime
one
fight
duel.
Ned. We saw Ned die. We saw dragons coming to existence. We saw Jon Snow go on the wall. We saw Catelyn seize Tyrion. We saw a lot in one season.
No, we
We saw
did
all
see a
happen in
lot,
one
but
season.
like, we're
three
talking
people.
about like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think we saw Drogo kill 3 people before even the season ended.
That was
the
Jon
duel.
Snow
I remember
killed
the
Corn
duel with his.
Halfhand. Jon Snow killed a white. Jon Snow killed like
he did
at least 2 other people before the season ended.
Just
there aren't any whites.
Battles.
There aren't any whites to deal with. So I got to give them some.
What the comment is saying that Game of Thrones had like a pace.
Yes.
That it had set for season 1, and House of the Dragon has not met that pace.
Well, I got to give them. So just from a world building perspective, Game of Thrones is part of the main series. It's meant to be world building. And when you start a series, you do something in the prologue or at the very beginning, if you don't have a prologue, to draw in the reader. And that is admitting that there are others, and they have the whole thing with Waymar, and that draws you in immediately. With this is meant to be like background history, not necessarily the same cohesive storyline. So there has been a lot more building up.
Sean, it's a show in 2024.
I know, but how much do you want to change it from the source material in order to make it more entertaining?
You don't have to change it. Just build on the source material.
I mean, they had him kill a gay guy in season 1. It was super
Bury your gaze.
Bury your gaze.
You know, I'm partially gay.
What?
You know, what's wrong with killing some gay people? What's different than killing
this
gay people?
This is America.
Like, okay, I think they should have killed off Rhaenyra because I appreciate the coherency to the Dragon Rider story more than I do them not killing off a guy just because he's gay. Like, I'd rather them kill off a guy just because he's gay, because who cares? There's no difference between being gay and being straight. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
I don't know.
No, that's fair. It's like,
that's my thing.
It's whether it's a structural thing or whether it's just something that happens even in world, just because the fact is, like, in a medieval society, they're going to be homophobic.
Right.
So yeah, that's fair in the way, but like also the fact is they had some plausible deniability to the fact that they were gay. Like, they're not going to come out and admit it in that society. So they were still like, both of them were highborn lords. Yeah. And it was completely fine to just murder one of them in front of how many witnesses. And then how many months later, he's eating the queen's box.
Box must be ate.
She's a queen. Her box must be eaten.
I mean, yeah, no.
You wear that crown on your head.
That's not the part I have a problem with. I volunteer as tribute. But like,
hold on. No.
Actually, no, that was all of it. I'm good. I'm just
Carl Karsnark
like
says,
more than halfway through this thing. I'm sorry.
Good job. We're so proud of you over here. Carl Karsnark says, gay doesn't really mean anything in this world. He made heirs and did his job. He's no worse than any other douchebag royal. Correct.
Exactly.
I want to take this time to make fun of Sean for being 1/3 male of this panel, and he cannot hold his fucking liquor. 2 bathroom breaks. Bitch, I'm drunk as fuck. I ain't had no bathroom break. I had no time about. This is women. This is why you need to vote for women, for president.
The women just spilled drink all over herself.
Look at us.
I know you guys are wet. I'm not. I'm sorry.
We are both women soaked in our own juices, and the show must go on. The show must go on. Anyways, we have gone far, guys. Very
We
far.
got off topic. Sorry.
We're doing the twins. Okay, guys. I'm trying to pick a picture. Okay. Twins. Twins. One is very much taller, isn't he? How well
Not that
versed
much taller.
Okay, so my roommate was dating this girl, and then like 3 years later, I ended up dating that girl's identical twin, and they're nothing alike. Straight up, one of them has the politics of George Bush, and the other one is like hardcore liberal. Like they could not be more different. I guess what I would say is just like don't assume because they look the same that they are the same. They tried to play that up in this episode. Like we used to be two souls, one body, and then I started to slurp Aegon, and he started to slurp Rhaenyra. Something about the Queen's box, and I mean, you already said it, but yeah.
Okay, Kim.
Okay, so first of all, these guys both look like somebody who owns a weed clinic in Denver.
Damn.
Man Bun Central, fucking just these guys both look like hipsters. I'm sorry. It took me out of it a little bit. But also, who the fuck betrays their twin sibling for like, oh, this heroin addict I pledged my life to? Like, come on. I'm sending you on a suicide mission to kill your own twin brother. And you're not gonna like just go and be like, oh, fuck that. I'm just gonna go join the other side. Like, who wouldn't do that? Come on, man. Like, that's what I would do. And so, of course, if somebody else doesn't do it, they're stupid. I mean, I can just speak for myself. But, like, come on. You gotta, like, just go with your brother here. Like, Criston fuckboy Cole tells you, like, oh, you didn't protect the prince while he was sleeping. Okay. You gotta go kill your twin brother. Come on, man.
Man,
you
fuck
gotta
Criston Cole.
Yeah, fuck Criston Cole, dude. Like,
Kim, do you care to say what your reptile company is called? If not, don't say it. But
remind me what your reptile company is called. Yes, Sophisticated Serpents. SOPHISTCATED Serpents.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I know. I honestly wish I would have picked out a different company name several years ago when we were picking out our company name, because like nobody knows how to fucking spell sophisticated, and sometimes I need to remind myself. I hate to say that, but I do need to remind myself. But yeah, Eric and Eric. First of all, what fucking psychopath names their twin children Eric and Arik?
The same motherfuckers who named their kids Ashley and Ashley.
Exactly. What is your problem, dude? But also, like, who betrays their twin brother? Criston Cole orders me to go kill my twin brother and sacrifice my own life in the process. I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm a smart person. I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm just going to go join my twin brother and be on her side. Like, who does that? Like, really? You're going to kill your own twin brother? That's bullshit.
I got to say,
anyway,
you came by it honest, but you blew up my spot here. Like, everything you said was basically what I wrote in my notes about the Cargyll twins, is that motherfucker should have just swapped sides as soon as he got to Dragonstone.
Thank you. Exactly.
Thank you, guys. Now it's my turn. Twins.
Sorry for partying.
Sorry for partying. I'm gonna let you guys put your final notes on these twins. I'm a Gemini. It hurts me. I will never talk bad about twins. I don't have any children yet. I would love for my first or second or third set to be twins. 2 kids for one. Imagine that. 2 for 1 deal. But here we go.
If you're going to be one thing, be efficient.
Twins. Eric with an A, and A as an apple. How much were you paid? Like, because I have never seen so much devotion in committing to carrying a mission. Eric with an A. Are you the tall one or the short one? I cannot tell in this picture. Let's go to this picture. Eric, how much were you paid? Because I have never seen this much devotion in committing to carrying out a mission. 7 hells! You never missed an opportunity to go for Rhaenyra. Listen, Eric with an A was fighting his brother, but that bitch was leaning for Rhaenyra. Listen, he almost got Rhaenyra 3 times. I saw it. You never missed an opportunity to go for Rhaenyra. Anything, but here's the thing, though, with this fight. The thing with this fight is anything in the world could get in between that armor. I mean, a Twinkie could pierce the armor. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
A Twinkie or a twink?
A Twinkie and a twink, both. So here's the thing. When the scene started, Eric locked a door. The scene starts with Eric locking a door to Rhaenyra's room, and you're like, oh shit. But then he leaves the other door unlocked. Eric, you could have killed Rhaenyra had you locked that second door. Must have been because you were waiting for your brother. That's fine.
Maybe he didn't really want to kill her.
He didn't want to kill her.
About it.
He wanted to see his brother one last time. So Eric locked one door, but not the other. I have something else to say. There was a bald bitch in this scene. A bald bitch, Kingsguard looking bitch. And that bald bitch must hate y'all. He must hate Eric, and he must hate Eric. Because I, with no military prowess and no type of fighting experience at all, I would have ended the fight already. That fight was 20 minutes long. All you have to say, stop. All you need to do is 2 guys with 2 swords. Stop. Stop. You don't, they're like, oh, which one's Eric? Which one's Eric? Bitch, you don't need to know who is Eric and who is Eric. What you need to know is how to stop men's bodies from moving in a violent way.
Or just get her the fuck out of there.
Something. Stop this madness in the name of your bald king. But y'all
He could have got
that.
her to the North fucking Pole by the time they were done with that duel.
For real.
Instead, he's just standing there like, mystery box, which one is it?
Stop this madness in the name of your bald king. But whatever. We get what we get. We can't always get the good Kingsguard, all right? So that bald bitch hated Eric, and he hated Eric. Also, because he did nothing to stop that fight.
Why did they have the same haircut and same beard style and everything? Because I've known a lot of sets of twins, and they always differentiate themselves. They don't want to be thought of
absolutely.
As they want to be thought of as individuals. So, like, for example, like the girl I dated dyed her hair black, and her twin was blonde. Like, they did that very purposefully. They wanted to be able to be told apart. I used to play basketball with these 2 twins. One of them ended up becoming a college volleyball player. One of them ended up becoming a college basketball player. One of them like had a beard. One of them was clean shaven. Like they very much in every scenario, in like, I got to say like 10 or 12 different sets of twins, they always differentiate themselves because you don't want to be thought of as somebody who doesn't have
Sean, it's not for them, it's for us, right? The differentiation
so
happens
fucking confused.
They want to make sure we know the difference between like the 2. And I've known 2 sets of twins, and they also did the same thing. They kept their hair different, like haircuts. One of them had really short hair. One of them had really long hair. It was exactly the same type of thing. Like they wanted to differentiate themselves.
But here's
And
my question as a twin, especially a twin in medieval times.
yeah,
If you, Kim, if you, Sean, were a twin, would you trust that you are who you say you are? And what I mean by that is that, like, imagine that your parent at like 2 or 3 months early on puts you down and they think that you're Sean. They think that you're Kim. And they put the other twin down or the other triplet down. And like, how do they ever know which one is which? So like in medieval times, because we're not talking about our times, we're talking about medieval times, how would you be sure of who you are?
I don't know. I would definitely play this kind of games.
And how would that fuck you up?
I mean, even
I
Jamie
would
and Cersei were
definitely
doing
do
that
that.
shit until a certain age.
Yeah.
I
But at
definitely
least
mean
with them,
same sex.
You could check
same
under
sex.
the hood.
I mean same sex.
Yeah, no.
I mean Eric and
got
Eric.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a road I haven't driven on, so I'm gonna leave that one for people who know more than me.
I would do the same thing. I would totally switch places just like that. I can totally feel myself doing that same thing. Like if I had a twin sister, you know what I mean?
That's why I want to be a twin, is so I don't have to take the math test. Bitch, I'm not
For
good at
sure.
math. I'm
How are
good
you
at
going to
reading.
convince your twin to go take the math test? Nobody wants to take math
Bitch,
tests.
because I will take 2 reading tests if you take 2 math tests.
Oh, and your twin's the other version, and they're okay with the math test, but they hate the reading test. All right.
Bitch.
I did, there was a pair of twins I knew quite well. And one of them was really super good at math, and the other one was super good at like English and literature and shit like that. It was like they got split parts of this, split parts of a super smart brain. You know
Curriculum.
what I mean?
Yeah. A high school curriculum.
Together,
Yeah, exactly.
They created Voltron.
Listen, Chris
Well,
H
I have
said,
to go.
You're gonna go.
I'm so sorry. I can't get through all the characters.
That's
I'm so
okay.
sad. Next time I will get through all the characters if we start a little bit earlier.
We can do
I have
that.
to go.
We can do that. I love you. Be in the comments if you can. Next time we will start earlier.
I will post a ton of comments. I love you. I love the other you.
We
right
love
here.
you. We love Sea Smoke.
Thank you. I love Sea Smoke too. She bit me twice, but that's okay. I love her. She's a snake.
I've had snakes before too. You live with it.
Thank you for being here. Thank me for being here.
Thank you.
I
thank
see
you.
guys
I love
next
you.
time.
I love you.
Bye-bye. Mwah.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right. And she is off.
Now let's talk shit about her.
In heaven.
Her fucking snakes. Ill.
Oh, you're not a snake person.
Reptiles? No, I'm just kidding.
I was fine with it. I had a gardener snake growing up, and then a while back, one of my ex-girlfriend had 3 ball pythons. Like she had one.
I'll take a fucking dragon. A nuclear missile, yes. I'll take that shit. As far as like actual real animals that fucking
a nuclear missile I can bond with.
Yeah. Annihilation, that's my shit.
Yeah. Fair. Fair.
Sean.
It's very Targaryen.
All right. Chris H says, I'm going to be a book snob for a sec, but they need to step the game up on Dragonstone's design. We need to get a sense that there is a higher level of engineering knowledge built into it than any other castle. Chris H, I'm with you.
I got to give him that too.
What he means by higher level of engineering knowledge is that Valyrian knowledge. It is that like Targaryen knowledge. It is that like, bitch, we building roads and there's no line seams. We don't have potholes in our roads.
Few stone.
Y'all bitches have potholes. We don't have potholes.
Few stone. They got like all different sorts of gargoyles made out of whatever. And they're in like just canonically, Dragonstone has lower levels built into the volcanoes that only Targaryens can go into because they have a certain amount of heat resistance. Only Targaryens and Melisandre.
What did this one say? They probably burned twins as witches back then. Maybe.
Sometimes. I mean, if they could get away with it, they burn anything as witches. The witches were just the enemy.
They had different color cloaks, though in the books, he would have to kill a guard at Dragonstone, put on his cloak, is all Arik should have done. Now we're at Alyn and Aaron. Alyn and Addam.
I'm sorry. Did genetics did someone dirty among these two?
These two?
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Alyn here on the right. But holy shit, Addam. Like, there's nothing wrong with this dude on the right. Like, he's built. Like, the dude is thick. He's strong. Like, he's good looking dude. Like, he's built like a brick shit house. Like, you're sure that he's a strong guy. Guy on the left, holy shit.
Sean, did you watch Raised by Wolves?
I did. And he was fantastic on it. He's a fantastic actor.
I also watched Raised by Wolves, every single episode made available to us. Y'all gonna hate me for fat shaming, but I'm like, who is that?
Why'd they do him like that?
Who is that?
Why'd they do him like that?
Who is that?
Alan Oakenfist. He's supposed to be a huge deal. Like, god damn it, Addam Velaryon. Like, I'm a straight white dude, and that is like, you put him in a category with him and Henry Cavill, where it just doesn't matter.
This is not whose line isn't anyway, and I'm talking about Alyn. Alyn, you are the Google generic safe black man. You are. Yeah. It used to be Wayne Brady. Now it's you. Look at you. Look at
that being said, could you see Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady would have killed this shit.
Wayne Brady would kill everything.
Wayne Brady just wants an opportunity.
He's capable of any. Dude, I honestly, of all fucking things, I would love to sing on stage with Wayne Brady. But on the left, sorry about it. Just fucking cheekbones. Look at this guy. Holy shit.
Well,
that is a stupidly good-looking motherfucker. That's too far.
That is the equivalent of Carlton Banks to the black community.
Dude, I grew up with bald Michael Jordan. Like, I never thought about it twice that it was like any less manly for a black dude to be bald. Like, because I still think of like Michael Jordan as the peak of everything. And
do you hear that, black man? Do you hear that?
Yeah. Like, sorry about it, LeBron, with your, like, I refuse to accept my receding hairline. Like, Michael Jordan is still the GOAT. Sorry about it. But, yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I get it. It's just weird to me that they deliberately tried to make Alyn Velaryon's actor, he's a very good looking guy. Like, they deliberately tried to make him less good looking in comparison to his younger brother. So, like, I am happy at least that they got a heavyweight actor in for Alyn Velaryon, because obviously it's a big role. Like, I feel like, first of all, if you look at Corlys Velaryon, like, if you just look at the dance, he's not as important as a character as he is if you look at his whole history. He's a huge deal in terms of like the history of Westeros with his 9 voyages and all that. And like, they didn't make him look as important or as big a deal or politically like as weighty. But at least they got an actor who was serious, who was believable, who could portray that level of like importance and that weight. Like whatever else they're doing that I don't love, like at least I like that they're getting really serious actors in for these roles that
Okay.
need serious actors.
I do see what you're saying. Get Keenan and Kel out of here.
Oh,
Okay, I said Keenan and Kel. Every time they show these two black motherfuckers, I feel like I like them less. When we saw the small folk in Game of Thrones, they added to the plot. We saw Gendry, a small folk in Game of Thrones, with his shirt off, defending Arya the first time we ever motherfucking saw him. He was gonna fucking smoke hot pie in that little boy. Not only are we seeing Gendry as a small folk, as a bastard, as a poor person, we're seeing him with his shirt off defending Arya. What did we see these brothers doing? Not a damn thing.
not a shirt off.
No shirts off. In this scene, episode 2 of season 2, we saw both Alyn and Addam telling country club dad jokes. What are country club dad jokes, you might ask me? When I see Alyn and Addam, I'm seeing country club dad jokes. It's not even real dad jokes that you or I might enjoy.
They weren't fucking funny.
They weren't funny. Country
talking
club
about
dad
stew.
jokes are not funny. They don't have to be funny because we have money. When
What
you
the
have
fuck
money,
is a
you don't
carrot
have to be
stew?
funny. Thank you, Sean, for understanding what I'm talking about.
I gotta say, the Keenan and Kel, it hurts because I love orange soda.
Were Sean and Marlon Wayans booked already? Is that what happened here? Because even the sea smoke reveal did nothing to shiver my timbers. The white worm.
I have a lot of mixed feelings here.
Let me go first, and then I'll let you go. The white worm. Last week, I said you existed to be the resident Asian. But now, I say that you exist for LGBTQ reasons. Mysaria gets to munchin'. That's the only reason you talk so close to Rhaenyra's ear and look longingly into her eyes, right? Get your Rosie O'Donnell on, Mysaria. Get your Ellen DeGeneres short haircut, carpet munching ass on, Mysaria. I hope we hear no more monologues from you crying about being poor. Oh no, I'm poor. Hello, bitch. 90% of the population is poor, bitch. I know, Mysaria, your bitch ass is gonna whisper in Rhaenyra's ear about me, Nettles. You always been a hater. And you still want Daemon, Mysaria. Yes, you do. Mysaria has already ridden a dragon with Daemon, and she's been chasing that high ever since. Ever since episode
Fair.
1, when Mysaria rode that dragon, she's been chasing that high ever since. The same way Dario Naharis will, the same way Alicent will, the same way Cole will. There is just something magically seductive about the dragon blood. And that's the end of my roast on who did I roast even? It was
The white worm, Mysaria.
it was the white worm. It was the white worm my roast
It's
on.
kind of a roast. It was like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from and fuck you and everything, but I get it.
So I do have one lost person. Ron Amon.
Oh God, there he is.
Do we like this picture? I like it just fine.
It's representative.
Isn't it?
It is.
I will never, ever, 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 ever. That's an Outcast reference.
But
Recover.
oh my God. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I actually put a clip of Outcast in my latest video because of this.
Forever, ever, 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 ever.
Forever never seemed that long until you. Yeah, no, I went after it. It fits. It fits.
I will never, ever, ever, ever recover from seeing Aemon like this. Look at this picture. What the hell? Is that your king? Is that the king of Westeros? Look at his toes. The knees.
I don't wanna.
Okay. I had to check and see if I had the remote on the right channel. Is this on Disney Plus? Is this on Max? What the fuck is this? Is this Voldemort?
It
I
is.
thought
It's
I was
Voldemort's
looking at-
last fucking Horcrux, is what it is.
Aemon chose the oldest dragon he could find. He went on the Golden Girls. Aemon went there and said, "Thank you for being a friend." And that's why he chose Vhagar, the Golden Girls of any dragon.
Fair.
Aemon wakes up every day and gets his hair straightened by his mommy. He does.
I would say that at least he's compartmentalizing his little kink problems here, where he's got mommy here telling them that he's like a good boy and that, you know, Daemon's definitely afraid of him because he's grown up into such a big boy and, you know, all of that. That's fucking weird. But you know, just, you know, crying on her lap and not being parented, it feels somehow more functional than his older brother, and you got to love that. And holy shit, you just think for a second, like, how many lives could have been saved if Alicent had just hugged her kids? And yeah, and he's just so happy that whole scene, like he's laying on her lap, like, Daemon thinks I'm a threat. Daemon thinks I'm a big boy.
Daemon thinks I'm a big boy.
He's just so happy about it. It's like, dude, like, you don't think it could have anything to do with the fact that you just murdered Rhaenyra's son and they're upset about it?
No.
Like, dude, yeah, Lucille's involved. It's a whole thing. But like, yeah, you're the bitch version of Daemon. Like,
look at this.
Oh my god, you really did have the Voldemort Horcrux queued up, didn't you?
I did.
Of course you did. I mean, that's what he is. He's like weirdly skinny. He's got a mommy kink. It's a whole fucking thing.
Aemon, tell that lady you don't care about no damn small folk. That lady
He's trying not to.
That lady will never be Roz. We haven't even seen your cooter. Did we see that lady's cooter on a turnip cart? No.
No, I'm surprised, and like we talked about this a little bit. One, I'm surprised that he wasn't sucking his thumb in that scene. But also that he wasn't, this is a little gauche, feeding.
Feeding?
Oh yeah, I would not have been shocked at all.
I'm shocked.
If he
What
had
do you
tried
mean by
nursing.
feeding? What do you mean by feeding?
Nursing.
Milk. Aemon, what do you mean not now? Your entire booty hole was already out on display. What are you talking about? Not now.
You welcome, ladies.
You were butt, booty hole naked with an invisibility cloak for curtains. Like those curtains.
I'm also out of wine. It is what it is. I drank the whole wine bottle and I'm still coherent. So here we go. I'm really glad though, like everybody that we've roasted within an inch of their life, like they've still been entertaining to watch. Like we give them nonstop shit, but like this is good television.
So you're saying
most part, like
this
I have
Voldemort, this Voldemort Aemon
complaints.
I have
but
a lot
for
of
the most part, it's good stuff. Like we're roasting them because they're flawed characters, but they're meant to be flawed characters.
Exactly. And we are flawed because we have had inebriation.
And now I know that because I didn't know that before.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into us. And we'll see you on the next roast. Bye.